used to ride in the back seat is we would stand on the floor with our arms on the back of the front seat when there was something exciting going on, like, you know, what are we're gonna go see, Uncle Jerry and
But seeing Uncle Jerry was a huge deal.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal.
It was a huge deal.
And then in the other car,
right?
It was kind of like what was that comic with the guys in the fire truck?
Keystone Cops.
It was kind of like Keystone Cops, but that wasn't it. It was the Gas House Gang. And so...
Before my time?
Yeah. And so, raring down the street was...
You were in the station wagon.
Jerry driving Tommy's car.
By himself? Or was anybody in there with him? Was your dad in there with him?
No. My dad was driving the station wagon.
Oh, that's right.
Tommy, my dad told, because he wanted Jerry to get there, he told Jerry to drive Tommy's car, because Tommy could easily have had 2 accidents on the way to the airport.
Easily.
Billy Mitchell Field in Milwaukee.
Did you
and someone else.
Tommy?
Someone else was in the car.
I met him like once, I think.
He didn't do anything bad.
My mom was at home because we were going over to our
He's
house
a little thuggy.
to have a little reception for...
Aunt Gina?
Well, she was Aunt Gina then. Jerry was just telling all the brothers that this is the one.
Uncle Jerry's girlfriend.
By the time she left Milwaukee, she was his fiancée.
Oh, they got engaged there?
I think. But remember, I was only about, 7. Anyway, so Uncle Jerry, we get to the airport, and Tommy pulls up behind, or Jerry pulls up behind, and blocks my dad's car in. And my dad gets out, Jerry sprints off, because we're all a little bit late getting to the airport.
Why?
And Jerry runs out onto the tarmac, and the plane is just pulled up, and he sprints up the stairs as they're hooking it up. Well, he's a pilot, he figures he can do whatever. He runs up, and when they open the door, he's there. And he goes, we see him go in.
And get her.
And so people are coming out, and they're laughing, and obviously something's going on.
What a Connor.
Right?
And so my dad walks, my Uncle Bill walks Grandma out onto the tarmac, because back then he could come and go, nobody, had any security.
Yeah, Homeland Security, my ass.
So she's about maybe 2/3 of the way to the steps, which is about maybe 50 yards from the waiting area there.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Grandma Connor goes out to the tarmac?
With Uncle Bill. And so my dad and Uncle Tommy, and there was someone else there, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been one of the Morrissey. It might have been one of the Morrissey boys. Well, I was there, of course, and Susie was there. So Susie runs out, and she goes with Grandma Connor.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo.
Honey, you got a call.
I have a call?
Yeah, for another shot.
Cameraman.
Okay. You got it.
Which one's yours?
Right here.
Anyway, so, about half the people come off, and then Jerry, comes out on the little landing of the plane, and he's got his arm around this angel.
Knockout.
There's this angel next to him.
Oh my God.
And, it was like, there's like, the little thing around the head of the saints,
What was she wearing? Do you remember?
A suit.
I want to say it was like a pink suit with like a matching round pink hat.
Oh, of course, the Jackie Kennedy thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Oh.
But I was probably wrong about the color.
What color suit you picked out for me to get married, you and
Pink.
Oh.
But I didn't make the relationship.
It sounds like a Chanel.
And so she comes down
inspired.
the stairway, you know, walking like she's on a cloud. And so Tommy and my dad, you know, they go out on the tarmac, and there's like one of those like carts that carry the luggage, but it's empty. And so I'm standing there behind it, and we're all kind of leaning out, and everybody's slugging each other's arm, like
trying to get a closer look.
And they're like a bunch of little kids. I mean, I've never seen these guys act like such little kids.
And what was Grandma Connor saying to them?
No, she was out there away from them.
Okay.
And
with Uncle
she
Bill.
was with Uncle Bill. Okay. And of course, Jerry comes down, introduces Gina to Grandma. Grandma gives her flowers.
Yeah.
She had a nice bouquet.
Grandma gave her flowers.
They were nice flowers too, because they were like
garden.
Oh my God!
They were probably roses.
Oh.
But and you know, because and so
hence the middle name.
So they come walking back and they get up.
My aunt's name is Nancy Rose.
And Grandma puts her hands on her hips, looking at my dad and my Uncle Bill and whoever else was there, because they're like goofballs of the first order.
Like dodos, meet that Irishman.
And they said, and my grandmother said, well, stop standing there gawking and come out here and say hello.
Yeah, Grandma.
And so my dad, of course, runs out there first, and he throws his arms around her and gives her a bear hug, you know. And Gina is like, you know, trying to keep her composure.
There weren't very many boys in her family.
Jerry's pushing him back and going, okay, all right, okay. There'll be plenty enough time for that later, you know. And so Tommy, you know, comes up and he has to do it too, you know. And,
oh my God.
And Bill said, I didn't get a hug, and he gives her a hug. And so Grandma's saying, that is enough. Let the girl breathe.
But hadn't she like planned a food reception at the house?
At our house.
At your house.
They went to our house first. Yeah. And there was, you know, my mom had the dining room table, and, you know, it was everything nice, and, you know.
And then what did your mom do when she met Aunt Gina?
I think she took her two hands and said, it's so nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. And Gina hugged her. She was happy to see another woman.
No kidding! After all
that? After the bear hugs.
Well,
because
my mom and Gina became really close friends.
Grew up in a family with a lot of men. Okay, you know, there were the patriarchs, but then, you know, everything else was all freaking girls, you know.
So,
and
okay,
aunts.
remember the car going over there was my dad, Grandma, and Uncle Bill, right?
Right.
And me and Susie. And then the other car was Jerry.
Did you and Susie hug Aunt Gina? Or what?
I was so, no, I didn't. I was so embarrassed. I went, hi. Whoa.